time here, so we're going to have two phases to this. One is to go back to shot position and how to shoot the things you need to do to go from a 3 to a 4. Number one, be able to cheat the pocket a little bit. In other words, have a ball near a pocket and be able to go in that direction, or anywhere on the table practically, by using an angle to cheat the pocket. So I can shoot that ball on the left side of the pocket and the cue ball will go that way, or left side it'll go that way. If I shoot it in the right side, it goes the other way, into the right side of the pocket. So I can shoot it anywhere like that. And then follow by hitting high in the ball, stop by hitting in the middle of the ball, and draw. And then we went on to the 30 and 90 degree rules. Those are all the things you need in order to advance. And the 30 degree rule tells you that when the cue ball is between, and this is something I didn't talk about the other day, come on over. I'm going to put this at an angle that's going to create a 3/4 ball hit. So if I hit it on the ghost ball, and I come back and look along this line, about 1/4 of that ball is showing. You see that? That's a 3/4 ball hit.
Hold on. Okay, go over that one more time.
Okay. I'm going to lay this here. This is the shot angle.
Okay.
So if I look right down that shot angle, that's not quite a 3/4. I'm going to show you a 3/4 ball hit. Looks about like that. So 3/4 of the ball is behind the cue ball and 1/4 is showing.
Right.
Okay, now if I come from this angle and cut it in, when you stand on that angle right there, you'll see that about 1/4 of this ball is hidden behind. That's a 1/4 ball hit. So for all those hits, after this, from here to here, after that ball hits, it's going to follow a 30 degree angle if it's rolling. And you can figure out what that angle is.
When you put the ghost ball back there, when you say 1/4 of the ball, can you show me the 1/4 you're talking about again?
Well,
because I can, when I'm at the back, this side of the table looking down, I see it, I just, oh, okay.
okay.
So that's,
1/4 of this ball is hidden behind the cue ball, and 1/4 of the cue ball is.
oh, now I see it. I couldn't see it before.
Yeah.
Now I see it.
And now
Yes, I see.
this is a 3/4 ball hit.
Yes.
So 1/4 of this ball is hanging out in 3/4. So using that range, this cue ball is always going to go about 30 degrees to its line. So if I shot that from here, I can take my finger and lay out a peace sign like that. And when I extend that out there, I can see that the cue ball would go right there. Okay, so let's do that from back here.
That's if you are using a little bit of top.
Right, if it's rolling when it gets
If
there.
it's rolling when it gets
Yeah.
there.
You can do it any way that the cue ball gets rolling like that. For example, I can slow this down by hitting bottom, but if it's rolling when it gets there, it's going to go.
Yeah.
Do you see how it slid and then rolled?
Yeah, and then it was rolling.
So if it's rolling, it'll go that 30 degrees.
But if you're hitting a stop shot and it's not rolling, it'll go 90.
90 degrees. So now I'll hit a stop shot, and now it's going to go 90 degrees, like that. See the difference?
Yeah, and you measure it based on the object ball hitting the pocket.
Where are you going to put it in the pocket?
Okay.
But if you're cheating the pocket, it could be different. If you overcut it and use that side of the pocket, it's going to be a little bit different than if you undercut it and use that side of the pocket. So from here, I can hit it almost full. Watch this. I'm using the far side of the pocket. Or I can shoot this exact same shot. I should have shot it hard so you could see the 90-degree rule. So, if I shoot, what was I Okay. Oh, and which side of the pocket I'm using. So if I'm aiming to that part of the pocket, when I hit that thing, I'm hitting it almost full with a 3/4 ball hit. And so the peace sign, if I extend it out to there, it's going to go right towards that dime
Because it's going to be rolling when it hits it.
because it's going to be rolling when it hits it.
Okay. So in that same exact shot, if it's not
If
rolling
it's
when
overcut,
it's going to
oh, if it's not rolling, it'll go 90 degrees.
90 degrees. Yeah.
So if it's not rolling, whoops.
And it's going to go, again, it's going to go 90 degrees from where the cue ball hits the object.
Exactly. No,
No.
90 degrees from the pocket, from the spot in the pocket that you're hitting it. So you can take it like this, and if I were to shoot pretty much straight at that, it would go that way. If I hit it here, it'll go that way.
Okay.
If I hit it here to this edge of the pocket, it'll go that way.
Okay.
But if I hit it straight into the pocket, it should go straight that way if I hit it correctly. Now I want you to practice that. Hello, Kayla.
Kayla.
I hear you're busy running into her relatives.
I was.
That's pretty odd, isn't it?
It was crazy.
Yeah. So that's about a 3/4 ball hit. Can you see that? So if you stand in line with it here, you're going to cover about 3/4 of that ball. So the contact point is there. So if you're looking at it, about a 1/4 of that ball is showing over here. That right there. See?
When I do that, that's what I want to get and really visually.
Put your head in line with my stick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cue ball's doing an eclipse of about 3/4 on that ball. That's a way to think of it.
Yeah.
If I was doing a 1/4 ball hit from over here, then if you come over here and look now, the eclipse is about only covering a 1/4 of the ball. If you would imagine an eclipse from the cue ball.
Yes.
Okay?
Which is so, yeah, and that is something that I did not start to picture until you told me that.
Good.
I did, like, I need that visual, but I wasn't, that imprint wasn't going into my brain, but
Yeah.
now it
Well,
is.
there's a whole bunch of things like that need to be described. You can do it by feel. Ryan and I were talking the other day, and he's done everything by feel. He says he couldn't teach deflection if he tried to. And I said, well, I can teach deflection, but I just can't do it as well as you can.
Right.
So we try to find different ways to say things, and it'll hit you and it won't hit another person. So I've tried 3 or 4 different ways to describe to you ways of picturing this. But if that way works for you, to look at an eclipse, like this is the moon, and that's the earth behind it, and it's it's covering it up about 3/4,
Yes.
or about half right now, and about 1/4 right now, and about 3/4 over here. So let's do the 3/4. And now you should figure out, I'd like you to figure it out and put a piece of chalk over there where you're going to hit the rail.
Okay.
And then I want you to do a 90 degree and bring another chalk over and show where you're going to hit the rail over here.
Okay. Okay. So.
Or at least where it's going to roll towards.
Okay. And do you do it from this ball or this ball? No, this ball.
It's from that ball, but you can do it from back there and kind of see, but it looks like we're going to go right about here, right?
Yes.
Let me just see. So what I do is I get back here and I just imagine where it's going to end up. So I'm thinking there, but leave it where you
Okay.
put it because you want to get a feel for this.
Yes. And then do you want me to guess where the 90-degree one
Yes.
is now?
Yeah, if you were going to do a 90 degree, because what you're doing is you're considering either, you only have a choice of the 30, the 90, or the greater than 90. You don't have any in-betweens. So let's say there was a ball here, and you want to get on this ball here, you wouldn't want to do the 30 degree because you're going to run into that ball. Let's say there's a cluster here. So then you want to do the 90 and come here like this. So every time you're looking at a shot, you're asking, do I want 30 degrees, 90 degrees, or greater than 90 degrees, in which case you're drawing the ball.
I have to remember that. I always think of 90 degrees on the stop shot, but
It is a stop
it is
shot.
a stop shot. So anything as stop to drawing would
If
be a
you
yes.
shoot it so it'll stop from here,
Because it has to stop to start going backwards.
and you shoot it the same way, it will be now a sliding shot instead of a stop shot.
Okay. Because now,
Okay? So from here, a stop shot will stop it. From here, the stop shot stops it, but then it slides sideways because of the angle.
right. So I feel like in my head right now, I'm thinking that shot is going to go this way, down here.
Yes. The way to tell that is to go like this. And it's going to go like that and back.
So even though I'm not hitting this ball squarely, it's going to go 90 degrees? The 90 degrees off the
Yes.
opposite ball,
Yeah.
even though I'm not hitting it squarely.
Well,
Like a cue ball.
you're hitting it at an angle.
Right.
If you were hitting it straight, it would be a stop shot. If you're hitting it at an angle, it has to, because you have two curved surfaces coming together, it has to go up in
That's
some direction.
deflection?
That's the direction that it goes.
Is that deflection?
No,
It's not deflecting.
nothing to do with deflection.
Okay.
Deflection is a phenomenon of the cue stick itself. I'm working right there. So, okay, let's try the 90-degree one. Now you're pretending you're shooting a stop shot, but if you cut it in here, it won't just stop. It'll stop its forward motion and then it'll slide sideways. What happened there is you hit the ball too high and you didn't stop it. It kept rolling forward.
Yeah, I saw that. It did.
So you need to shoot lower on the cue ball.
Okay.
Let's practice a stop shot a couple of times and get the feel for it.
Actually, yeah. Because I am it.
Okay? That's how you have to hit it. Exactly like that.
You know, I learned too on that shot, I really have to have a loose grip. Or
Absolutely. But here's the thing, and I was telling Rocky this too, because his grip's way too tight. He said, whenever I shoot a draw shot, I find that, I'll shoot it a couple of times, and then as I loosen my grip up, I can get it. And I said, well, that's true of every single shot you'll ever shoot. So that grip should be like that, not only for the draw shot, but for every other shot. Because it makes every shot better to have a loose grip.
Yes. They will not, I can't drop back.
Let me say a little differently. Too tight a grip is bad for you. And you see it when you're doing a stop shot. You notice it.
Yeah.
But you don't notice it with the other shots, but it's still negatively affecting the other shots if your grip is too tight. This is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. But you're right, I only recognize it now when I go down for a stop shot because I know, yeah, it's not, that shot in particular won't work at all.
Okay, so now you're doing a stop shot. And the ball is going to slide sideways. Okay, you did a draw shot.
Oh, I did, I was really low.
You drew it too much, yeah. Okay, that was pretty close. You hit it too full, so if you think about it, you can hit this towards this side of the pocket, right, like that, in which case it's going to go in that direction. But if you hit it to this side of the pocket, it's going to go in that direction. So if you shoot it straight to the middle of the pocket, then it should go in that direction, where we put the chalk.
So I'm aiming straight for the middle.
Straight for the middle of the pocket, yeah.
What's happening already?
Just a little bit forward of where we were at. That means you overcut it a little bit. But it was a stop shot. You have to get used to shooting. You're going to shoot these shots all the time, especially in 8-ball. Because in 8-ball, you know, you can just keep the cue ball right in the center of the table and do little stop shots and get all the balls off. Perfect.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay, I want you to stay in that position. I'm gonna reposition your hand. And I want it out a little bit like that. Okay, turn your hand out like that. Now try and come over and get centered on it and get your head above it. But keep your hand here and then go ahead and stroke it.
This happens at home actually too.
I had to do this with Rocky too. His arm is so tense that I could feel every muscle in his arm. And you are have your hand too far back on the stick, and so it's not dangling. I want it to dangle like that. Okay, right now you're aimed way out. So stand back up and come back, all the way back, and then walk into it.
The stripe is taking me off.
And now, can you look back at your arm and see how it's turned in like that? It needs to be out like this. Hanging straight down like a pendulum. Got it? Okay.
Start moving it.
Yep, you've moved it in now. You need it out. See, you're
Okay,
doing
that's
this.
where it is.
And that's causing it to aim out. You need it like this.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now. Oh.
No, you're turning it in again.
I am?
Yeah, you just,
Wait.
you want to do that.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
actually.
you can actually look back at it and make sure it's hanging straight down next to your head. Out like that. Yep. I'm going to hold my hand here. No, you go ahead. Now bring it, come over. But I'm going to hold my hand here.
Oh.
You're sliding against my hand. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't go right that time. Which is
That's
better.
what we need to get your arm dangling. Not, you're using the muscles.
In there.
You're using the muscles in your lower arm. I want you to do something.
I'm going to have to retrain my arm.
Well, I did this with Henry too. I want you to right now feel the muscle in my lower arm
Like right in here.
and feel mushy everywhere. Just squeeze it. You find any hard, tense muscles?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay, go up in my upper arm
Here.
You find tense muscles there?
I mean, yeah, I can feel
On top, right?
using your muscle. Oh,
Yeah.
right here I can.
That's the only muscles in your arm you should be using.
That one, the shoulder?
Yep. The rest of it is dangling like a string.
Yeah. Okay.
That's dangling, my muscles are completely relaxed because all that is a string. See?
Yes.
If I have any of these muscles tense, my stroke is going to go off. And what you're doing is you're holding your arm in like this.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not dangling it. It needs to dangle like a string. Then you'll
I totally feel it now. I'm gonna have to think about it though, or I'm gonna.
Well, we're going to go over and over and over again back to fundamentals.
I know, and this is
You've got to get
this
those
is really good
fundamentals down.
because this is
And
such
when
a fundamental.
When you're doing a new shot like that, whatever flaw there is in your fundamentals is going to jump right out.
And I can feel it now.
Let's
and-
do a couple more shots and then we'll get with Kayla.
Wait, do you want me to do the straight shot again?
Yes. Let it dangle. That's a little bit better. Okay. Now what I want you to do is to, yep, that is a string on a pendulum. This part is the ceiling with an eye bolt in it, which is your elbow, and the rest is like a string or a cable hanging down there. It's not doing, you're not using any muscles in it. Now, sometimes for some shots, you're eventually going to be flexing your wrist like that. But what's happening is you're holding your arm over like that, and when you do that, you're tensing muscles in here, and everything's going to go